Megan, can you confirm that you can see my
Yes.
screen?
Yes, ma'am, we can see it.
Perfect, thank you. And we will have time at the end for questions also. All right, well, let's get going. Good morning, everyone. I'm Nancy Carriere. I want to thank you for joining the webinar. Today, we will start by reviewing some of the functional and navigational features of Acumatica. Then we'll jump right into Acumatica Construction Edition. A couple of things I want to point out. Acumatica is a true cloud product. You can see that I'm using a Firefox browser, but you can access Acumatica from really any browser that you choose. In the upper right-hand corner, you can see that I'm currently logged in as the admin, which just gives me access to every part of the application. But Acumatica is a roles-based application. These roles-based permissions allow you to restrict user access to specific areas and specific data within Acumatica. So, for example, a project manager won't have access to the same level of information as your financial controller, for example. Now, today, I'm using a laptop computer to show you Acumatica, but Acumatica provides anywhere, anytime access on almost any device. You can use a laptop like I'm doing today, tablet, and both Apple and Android phones. And with Acumatica, you get highly visible, real-time information at your fingertips. So let's start out with the basics of Acumatica so you get a feel for the product. Currently, you're seeing the project manager dashboard. This dashboard was immediately displayed upon login, and that's because the dashboard has been designated as the home page for this particular user. The home page is configurable by each user, so they have quick access to any Acumatica report or a dashboard like you're seeing here. It could be a data entry page, and it just automatically comes up as soon as they log in. If you ever need to get back to your home page, you just go to the logo in the upper left-hand side, and it'll bring you right back to your home page. Now, along the left-hand side, this is the main menu, and the main menu consists of multiple workspaces. Right now, because I'm logged in as the system administrator, the menu has a lot of workspaces, but remember, Acumatica is a roles-based system. So if you were logged in as a project manager or construction supervisor, you would probably not be seeing workspaces such as finance or banking. Each one of these workspaces has a configurable menu that's organized by functional area. At the top are what we call tiles, and these tiles are primarily used for data entry. You can quickly create a new project or a new project task with just one click. Over here on the far right, you'll notice we have this report section. All the reports that you see here are out-of-the-box reports. You can always create your own reports and add them right to the list. Each workspace in Acumatica has both a quick and a full menu. The quick menu is the shorter menu. It's those menu items you're going to access most often. And the full menu displays everything that the user has permission to access. The quick view is completely configurable. You can use this gear icon and choose what you want displayed on your quick menu. Another option for keeping those often used menu items handy is to identify them as favorites. Now, you might have noticed some little yellow stars on this page. You can make any menu item a favorite by just hovering over it and clicking on the star on the left. That puts that menu item right up here on your favorites list. Right up top, you might have noticed this search box. This is Acumatica's universal search functionality, which returns very fast results and makes it very easy to search throughout the entire application. You can just start typing, and immediately you can see the results that are returning. And you continue to type to narrow down your search. So right from here, with just one click, I could get to any of these menu items. But maybe I'm actually looking for a transaction. I can come right over here to my transaction and profiles button. And I can use the same functionality to search through help. So when I click on the help topics, the search is now looking for change order within Acumatica Help. And you can also search file names that contain your search term. To the right of the search bar is an icon for recently viewed pages. It lets you quickly get back to pages that you had recently viewed. So if you ever get distracted or interrupted in the course of your workday, this is a quick, easy way to get right back to what you were working on. So you can search for help by using Acumatica's universal search, but another easy way to access help is to use Acumatica's page-specific help. The question mark icon in the upper right gives you access to page-specific help. Currently, we're on a dashboard page, so dashboard-specific help is displayed. And that's a short review of just a few of the many navigational features in Acumatica. It's really designed with the end user in mind, making it really easy to find, manage, and track information while gaining efficiencies and reducing clicks. Let's jump into Acumatica Construction Edition. Now, currently, we are viewing the project manager dashboard. Just want to tell you a little bit about dashboards in Acumatica. They are really a collection of reports and charts and statistics and data tables. But just like any report, it gives you insight into the information that's most important to you. You can also pull information from resources outside of Acumatica. For example, on this dashboard, we have an embedded link to a weather app and another embedded link to a job camera, making it really easy to follow job progress. Like every aspect of Acumatica, dashboards show you real-time, up-to-date information that's easily accessible. And these dashboards are very configurable. Even an end user can make changes to dashboards if they have the appropriate permission. The information displayed on these dashboards can be unique to one individual employee, to a specific role at your company, to a group of employees, or it could be made available to everyone. Another important aspect of dashboards is that they allow you to quickly access a greater level of detail than what's being displayed by using Acumatica's drill down capability. You can see a lot of hyperlinks on this dashboard as I scroll through it, and every single one of them brings you to more detailed information. But anything you can access from a dashboard, you can also access from the main menu. So let's go over to our construction workspace and look at projects in Acumatica Construction Edition. This grid or data table lets you monitor and manage all of your projects. The filters at the top can be used to narrow down your data. For example, you can quickly jump to a list of all active projects or all jobs that are currently being planned or jobs that are completed. On the left-hand side, I want to point out what is called a side panel. Side panels allow you to jump to more information without ever leaving your project list. So let's say I wanted to find maybe an address or a phone number for one of my customers. I just highlight a row and I can click on my side panel. Now, Acumatica has built-in CRM functionality, so I could just go look up this information, but this side panel will go grab the information for me and display it right here alongside my project list. So now I can just go to my contacts tab, can see all the contacts for that company, their job description, emails, and phones. These side panels are completely configurable, so you can decide what type of information you want to access from different pages within Acumatica. Let's jump into one of our projects and take a look around. At the top of our project is high-level header information. At the bottom is more detailed information. And running across the middle of the page are tabs that take you to different types of information, but all that information is related to this same project. And that's one of the really beautiful aspects of Acumatica Construction Edition. All your project information is contained on one page. You don't have to go somewhere else to run reports. You don't have to go somewhere else to create an invoice. You don't have to navigate to 10 different parts of the application. This is your one-stop shop for all project data. Now, in the header, I want to point out this field for templates. Templates come into play when you create a new project. Instead of starting from scratch, you can create a project based on a template. So your new project is auto-populated with information from the template and makes setup a breeze. Now, currently, we're on our summary tab, and this summary tab defines your project setup. We can choose budget levels, we can enter our start and end dates, we can specify a project manager. If you want to accept change orders, you just check the box. We can restrict employees and equipment that will be used on the job. As I scroll down a little bit, we can see the billing information. This job is set up for progress billing, but Acumatica Construction Edition can handle time and material, cost plus, fixed price billing, and many, many more. At the bottom, we have the option to create a pro forma or a pencil invoice. If you do, all you need to do is check the box. I'm going to scroll up here a little bit to point out retainage. You can specify how you want to calculate retainage. You can say, I want to include retainage on change orders, or maybe you want to use stepped retainage. All of these parameters are set right here on the summary tab. The tasks tab lays out your work breakdown structure. In this example, we're using the 16 division CSI format, but Acumatica is very flexible, so you can use whatever structure you like. It's easy to see the status of your tasks, completion percent, as well as your start and end dates. Now, these tasks can be added to a project by using the template that I mentioned earlier, but they can also be imported. Acumatica makes it very easy to import and export data, and you can do it right from this page. And you'll see the same functionality throughout Acumatica. So for example, if we come over to our cost budget, again, you're going to see those same import and export icons. The cost budget as well could be brought in from a template. In this example, we have our cost budget broken down by both task and cost code. And you can see there is a lot of information on this page. You can control which columns you want to appear. Each user can, I should say. Now, if you wanted to simplify your view a little bit, we have this nice little option up here to group by task. So if you click on that, it shows you a more rolled up view by task. So you can choose the level of detail that you want to see. Now, I talked a little bit about drill down capabilities in Acumatica, but there's a lot of different ways of accessing information. So for example, if I'm looking at my actual amounts and I see some subcontractor costs here, I might want to know like what's actually making up that 800K. And with just a click of a button, we can see any purchase orders or subcontracts that make up this amount. Now, in this example, the full 800K is from one subcontract, but you'll notice, again, the subcontract is a hyperlink, so I can quickly drill down to more information. Now, one thing I want to point out on this subcontract is the Files button. And again, this is functionality you will see throughout Acumatica, but there is a 1 after this Files button, just meaning we have one file attached. So I can come in here, see what my file is, or any other documents that might be attached. Acumatica makes it very simple to attach notes as well. Right up here at the top, we can just click on notes. This is a free form text field. You can type in whatever information you want to. Notes can also be specific to the line of a subcontract. You can also attach additional information to the page by using the Activities button. So from here, we can record things like a phone call or meeting notes. If some kind of action is required, we can click on Add Task, and you can enter a task and assign it to the appropriate person. Let's go back to our project. And let's go over to our revenue budget. Acumatica is very configurable and can accommodate very simple to very complex budgets. The schedule of value information can be pulled in from the template when the project's first created, or it can be imported. Since this is a progress bill example, we have a column for completed percent. So of course, we want to keep our percent complete updated. Keep in mind, this information can come in anywhere, anytime. If you were out in the field, this information could easily be entered from the mobile app. And when it's time to create invoices, right from here, we can click on Run Project Billing. On the Invoices tab, all our pro forma and AR invoices are visible. And again, hyperlinks let you quickly drill down to more information. You can see all the pro forma invoices that have been created are listed on the left. All our AR invoices are on the right. And you can see the retainage invoices are clearly identified. From here, we can drill down on any one of these AR invoices to see exactly what our invoice looks like. These invoices can be printed or emailed directly from the invoice, or you could use Acumatica's built-in automation to print or email in batches when it's appropriate. And right here from the Invoices tab, you can generate an AIA-like report. The arrows at the top take you to the continuation sheet. And just like any other Acumatica report, you can export this to Excel, you can create a PDF, you can use the send button to email the report, and of course, you can always print. Now, earlier, we looked at how you can view commitments from a line on the cost budget. But if we want to see all our commitments for the job, we can come right over here to the Commitments tab. This shows us the entire list of all the purchase orders and subcontracts for this project. And again, we have hyperlinks that provide quick, easy access to that information. Let's take a look at one of these commitments. This is a purchase order. You'll notice it's currently in the status of on hold, just meaning we haven't submitted it to a vendor yet. And you've probably noticed we have some yellow alerts on this page. I can hover over my alerts, and in this case, it's telling me the project budget has been exceeded and to look at the document lines for more information. So if I go over here to my extended cost column, I can see it has something to do with this line. And if I just hover over it to see the exact problem, it's telling me that line is going to cause our budget to be about $832 over budget. Now, these alerts are just for your information. They're not going to stop this purchase order from being processed. Now we have a few other alerts on this page as well, and it's telling us we have expired compliance. So let's go back to our project and let's see what is going on with our compliance. On the Compliance tab, you can see all the details necessary to manage exposure on a project. You can track many different types of compliance documents, but still have them all conveniently located in one place. And issues are readily identified in the list of compliance documents, making it easy to see that this insurance document has expired. On the far left, this yellow icon lets me easily see that something is attached. So in here, I can see we have probably a certificate. And when I drill down, I can see this is the insurance cert. Let's move over to change requests. Sometimes in this construction world, you get a client that changes their mind. Maybe they change their mind a lot. So let's take a look at change orders and change requests. We'll start over here with the change request. All the change requests for your project are listed right here. So far, we have two. We have change to the paint color, and there appears to be a hole in the drywall that needs repair. So let's look at one of these change requests. Now, just like many types of documents in Acumatica, change requests can be put through an approval process. As well, we have e-sign integration with Adobe and DocuSign that allows you to send a document for signature, capture that electronic signature, and store the signed document in Acumatica. A change request, once approved, can easily be converted to a change order, and that change order will be visible right over here on the change order tab. The change order itself is set up really like a mini project. It has its own revenue budget, its own cost budget. It can have its own purchase orders and subcontracts linked to it. The change order is being tracked separately, but financially it rolls right up to our project. And speaking of financials, let's review the balances tab. The balances tab provides a very quick, easy way to get a read on the overall financial health of your project. It's broken down similar to a P&L. You can see we have our income and our expenses, just like you would expect on a P&L. And again, if we want to drill down to more information from the balance sheet, it's readily available. For example, if I look at any one of my lines, maybe my material lines, and I want to see what's actually making up this 1.6 million, we can just click on view transactions to see everything that makes up that number. So in this example, I have some lumber, crown molding, carpet, etc. Now, this balances tab, it's very, very useful to get a high level look at your project, but many times you want to see information that spans across more than just one of your projects. So from our construction workspace, you'll see we have a lot of different reports. And again, these are all out of the box construction reports that are available for you. And you can see it's a pretty good long list. So let's look at an example of our project WIP, always an important report to run. With Acumatica reports, you'll always be brought to these report parameters. This allows you to select things like your date range, statuses. You could filter it for a specific project. I'm going to go ahead and run this report across all of our open projects. And I know this is a little bit hard to see. There's a lot of information on this report, and as well, there's a watermark in the back that makes it a little bit hard to view. But as I scroll across here, it has all the information you need, the contract amounts, estimated costs, and I'm going to keep scrolling here, actual, forecasted, everything right here on this one WIP report. And remember, this is going across all of our different projects. Now, again, you'll notice we have on the far left-hand side, each one of our projects is a hyperlink, so we can drill down to more information. So when I click on any one of my projects, it's going to take me to the WIP detail. So now we can see a more detailed version of the WIP report that is specific to one particular project. And this is just one report example. There are many reports available in Acumatica, all with similar drop-down capabilities. All of these reports can be copied, they can be modified, or you could create your own reports from scratch. All right, let's take a look at some of the project management functionality within Acumatica Construction Edition. The project management workspace allows for the creation and management of many different types of documents. From here, we also have access to several project management related reports. Let's take a closer look at some of these transactions. We'll start over here with RFIs, or requests for information. Right from here, you have complete visibility into all of your RFIs. It's easy to see things like the status, which project and which task it's linked to. Further to the right, you can see if there'll be a schedule or cost impact or a design change. And like any of these data tables in Acumatica, you can filter and sort on any of these columns, as well as save filters, such as the open filter that you see here. It's just a quick way to jump to all the open RFIs. Let's take a look at one of these RFIs. The header contains information such as the project that this RFI relates to and which task it relates to. From the header, you can indicate if there's going to be any schedule or cost impacts or a design change. The bottom section has the details of what information is needed. In this example, a question is being asked about the pattern of sidewalk pavers. Now, Acumatica will take this RFI, send it to your contact, and when they respond, their response is captured over here on the right and saved. One thing that's really nice about these RFIs, you could, right from here, convert this to a change request. And then if the change request is approved, it could be converted to a change order. And of course, you can email and print RFIs right from here. Next, we have project issues. Similar to the list of RFIs, we have complete visibility into our project issues. It's easy to identify issues that are a high priority. We just look for the red exclamation points. Project issues can be entered anytime, anywhere by using the Acumatica mobile app. Right from their phones, an employee that's on site could enter an issue. Then using automated processes, the issue could get automatically assigned and routed to the appropriate person. So work on the resolution could begin immediately. Now you'll see on my project issue right up at the top, the header shows us a short summary or description of the issue, as well as the related project and task. And again, any schedule or cost impacts can be indicated as well. If a photo was taken to depict the issue, it can be attached right up here on the Files button. So you could easily access and review any of those pictures. And you could have a whole long list here. It's not necessarily one. And the information contained on this project issue can be used to quickly create either an RFI or a change request. With just a click, the new transaction is created and automatically linked to the correct project. With Acumatica, those project issues can be created, assigned, and resolved as quickly as possible. Let's move on to drawing logs. Acumatica gives you visibility into all drawing logs, but makes it easy to find exactly what you're looking for. We can filter down the list by project or by task. So let's say, for example, I wanted to see just one specific project. You can see it shortens the length. We can go ahead and take a look at one of these. So here we have a drawing log for hallway carpets. On the drawing tab at the bottom are all the attached drawings. So you can drill down from here or view the drawings from the Files button. Either way works. If any revisions are necessary, right from here, you can easily create a revision and those revisions will be displayed right here on the Revisions tab. Any revisions are automatically linked to the original drawing log, and then you have visibility into them right here on the Revisions tab. From the drawing log, you can also create an RFI or a project issue. And as well, you can always email or print them. Let's review daily field reports or DFRs in Acumatica. Here's our list of DFRs. Just like the other data tables we've seen, this list can be sorted and filtered to give you quick visibility into the information you need. The DFR is a great example of how interconnected all project transactions are. From the DFR, you can see information that spans across the entire project. You could review time activities, look at your change requests, any change orders, subcontractors that were on site that day, project issues, photo logs, any notes that were recorded for the day, and much, much more. We also have a weather app over here. So you can link it to a weather app and it'll just automatically fill in your weather for you. The DFR can easily be printed right from here or emailed. So these daily field reports, they really encapsulate all the daily activity on a project. And with Acumatica, you can have all that information in one convenient place. All right, just a couple more topics that I want to cover, and then we will open things up for questions. But let's move on to photo logs. The functionality of photo logs is very similar to the drawing logs that we just looked at. One difference I want to point out is this main photo preview that you're seeing on the right. Each photo log could contain several different photos, but one is designated as the main, but I can still come in here and click through all of my different photos. Photo logs are a great way to keep your photos organized and really get a visual of your job progress. And last up, we have submittals. These data tables should be looking pretty familiar by now. It's all about visibility. Acumatica makes it easy to create, manage, and find information, and submittals are no exception. So let's take a look at one of these submittals. In the header, again, you can see which project this submittal is linked to. You can see the tasks that it pertains to. It could even be linked to a specific cost code. You can enter your specification information. And on the left, you can see this is in the status of new and the reason why it's in the status of new. You can pick from different reasons. Of course, these are all configurable. You can also classify your submittals by different types. And again, these are completely configurable, so you can set these up specific to your company. This is a completely configurable list. And at the bottom, we see all the details of this particular submittal, which is all about our lighting. These submittals can easily be emailed or printed. So with Acumatica, you can easily track and manage those submittals with ease. And that concludes our review of Acumatica Construction Edition. Today, we looked at the basic functionality of Acumatica, an example construction project, reporting, and project management tools.